up truck then posted up in town like they didn't really give a fuck. I get rid of bigots with bad racial equalities.
Bust back at KKKs who try to follow me, these hollow T's, saving my ass in crucial situations. I use for what? Is that not one of the hardest songs ever? We started this. I lost the pamphlet, the fold out book cover, but I got the stop playing with me. Stop playing with me. I wish I could start every stream playing classic music, but you know how YouTube is. You know what I mean? Mess around, clip one of our streams. What's up, y'all? Good morning. We got a lot going on. Y'all see the thumbnail. Let's keep it real. We are going to have a theme throughout today's stream. As we go through some of these topics, I'm going to question y'all, put some of y'all on the spot and ask you, let's keep it real. How do you really, really feel about this after we break down and do what we do over here in Sorry It's True podcast mode? I also got some topics that's not in the thumbnail. We got topics such as R. Kelly. We got topics such as Tory Lanez. We got a bunch of stuff to go over this morning. And shout out to the chat, man. I see y'all all coming in. Let me show y'all some love real quick. A member, shout out to the members. A member was first into the chat this morning. Dog Pound 713 says, "Damn, ARP, you starting late today, huh?" Let me tell you something, Dog Pound. I'm 7 days a week with this shit, man. I'm so committed to the Sorry It's True podcast and this platform and what we got building over here. On Saturdays and Sundays, can I get an extra 90 minutes of sleep? Can I? Let me know. I mean, if I'm not allowed to, then fuck it. Saturdays and Sundays, I'll be here 6 a.m. too. But can a nigga get a little extra sleep, please? Like, drop a comment. Let me know. Drop it in the chat, man. Can I get an extra 90 on a Saturday and Sunday? Jesus Christ! All right, what y'all gonna do the next time that I'm like, let's say I take a little trip or vacation? So y'all gonna be cursing me out like you's a piece of shit, ARP. Who else we got early? I could take my time a little bit more since it's a Saturday. You see, who else we got in the chat? AWAC says, "Yo, ball." All right. MP Soldier says, "I'm ready." Yeah, we got a lot to talk about today. Okay, I see my man Fax in the building. What's good? Good morning, G. Queen's in the building. I got my mods and some members in the building. I got some mods in the building. Cat, yeah, we got to go today. I need my mods here. D Bizzle, what's up? I got my mods in the building. I got some members in the building. Okay. Relly, what's up, man? LOL. Yeah, you good, ARP. I appreciate it, man. What the fuck? Extra 90 definitely a miss. All right, I appreciate y'all giving me the approval. All right, y'all ready to work? Let's get to it. All right, so the first topic up for today, y'all seen it going all over the place, the LeBron shit. We're gonna keep it real. Before we start bringing up the footage, let's just start to put the question out there, because I know y'all seen it. Was he right? Was he wrong? Was Stephen A. Smith right? Was Stephen A. Smith wrong? I don't want to get walked down on how tall is LeBron, like 6'8", 6'9", some shit, like 300 pounds, 350, 380 or some shit. I don't want that nigga walking down on me when I'm courtside watching the game neither. No matter what, if LeBron walks up on me, no matter what I did, he's right. Oh shit! Like Mike Tyson punch out, yeah, jump up there. Matt got jump up there to get your shit up, but nah, real shit. Let's make sure that we're all on the same page of what we're talking about here. So, what happened courtside between Stephen A. Smith and LeBron James, y'all? So LeBron's ran down on him, huh? Grown man bars is something you gotta deal with. That look like grown man to man. Hey, I need to tell you something, G. There's backstory, of course, of where this comes from. So reports are that the words there's a lot of lip reading going on the internet too, but reports are that what LeBron said to him was something to the effect of, "Keep this shit between me and you. Leave my son out your mouth." Right? I heard there's some curse words in there, whatever. If it was me, I'd probably be cursing too. Stay with me. I'm going to get to the part of let's be real, people. But that's pretty much the context. So let's go back in the past for a second. Let's try to pull up why LeBron would even come at Stephen A. Stephen A. Smith is a very prominent figure in the NBA, very respected sports analyst. He's put in the pain. I saw reports that he just signed $100 million, like 4-year contract. Stephen A. Smith is a big dog in the industry. He's not my favorite analyst. He's not the best analyst. I don't even think he's better than some of his counterparts. Like, you listen to Stephen A. Smith give analysis on a game or an outcome or a trade or what's going on, and you listen to somebody like Wendy speak, and like Wendy blows him out the water as far as like analysis and stats and facts and how it's like he's more entertaining, right? To me. But I respect him. He does a good job. But he is a powerhouse. But this is LeBron James. And even if you take off the table Stephen A. Smith, powerhouse. LeBron James, one of the biggest sports figures, one of the biggest celebrity names, household names in the entire world. You take that off the table, it's a man moment. Okay. Where's the backstory come from, though? How does it start? How do we get here? So let's start to look at some of the things that Stephen A. Smith has said in the direction of LeBron James as it pertains to Bronny as well. I want us to make sure that we paint the picture before we start weighing in on, let's be real, people. Let's be real.
Bronny James did not do what it took to earn a spot on an NBA roster. That's the bottom line.
Not even to get drafted like that?
Well, you could question getting drafted because sometimes they do draft off of potential. And there's plenty of people that get drafted in the second round that we don't know what their potential is.
But to play, you're saying.
But to play opening night. Listen, this is what I've said about Bronny James. He's a wonderful kid. But the reality is that you were a McDonald's All-American. You averaged 14 points a game. At some point, Bronny, you need to say, I don't want this anymore. This was nice. I'm happy that I could have been a part of it, but now I got to go earn my stripes. Bronny James did not do what it took to earn a spot.
Okay. All right. There's some things that was said there that can definitely be triggering, but let's continue. Let's go to another one. I think this one is even more triggering than the last. Check this one out.
So JJ trying some things out there, Stephen A. in Philadelphia, giving Bronny first quarter playing time. Why the face or the hand or the everything that's happening?
I'm really, really trying to be as respectful as I possibly can be towards LeBron James. I am pleading with LeBron James as a father. Stop this. Stop this. We all know that Bronny James is in the NBA because of his dad. We love what we're seeing from him in the G League because that's where you belong. As you hone your skills and you get better and you legitimately earn, which I believe he has the potential to do, I am rooting for Bronny James.
So JJ trying some things out there, Stephen A. in Philadelphia, giving Bronny first quarter playing time. Oh.
I got another video to play about this, but I'm going to wait until I give my feedback on who's right, who's wrong. Let's be real. Let me come to the chat for a second. I want to know how y'all feel. I pulled up some comments already that said, well, what did Stephen A. Smith say that was wrong? Right? I'm going to keep my eye on the chat for a second. I'm curious, like, who's wrong? I see this one right here. Sorry, but it's true. Stephen A. Okay. Let's be real. I want to be real, people. I want to be real. All right. I see what y'all saying in the comments to a degree. Let me read this one, and then I'm going to get into it. Bronny is balling in the G League. He's going to be a solid pro. The kid had heart surgery before his college season, still came back same season, and now he's balling, but gets no slack from media. Well, all right, let's start to carve into this, people. And I got another video to bring up, like I said, but give me a second. We'll get there. Let's ask the harsh, straightforward questions as we dig through this. Is Bronny James an NBA level player thus far? From what we have seen, the answer is no. Let's be real. Is he in the NBA because of his father? I think none of us have the 1010% answer to that, but I think we could all say, come on, son. Yes. Like LeBron had old interviews when he was coming up. He was talking about his contract renewal and if he would stay with the Lakers and all that type of stuff. He said out of his mouth, he said, if you want me, draft Bronny. Right? Like this is he is still the face of the league. The most powerful player in the NBA still today is LeBron James. Just so happens to still be playing at a fucking MVP level. That's another conversation. But he's still the most powerful name and draw in the NBA. And he plays for the Lakers, the biggest, most notarized franchise along with like the Knicks, right? And it's like, really? Even though as a city, like Boston doesn't draw like LA and New York does. Like, let's be real. Let's be real. Said that man not only threatens owners, teams, scouts of where he would play and under what circumstances with his son, and his even the storyline of Bronny and LeBron being on the same team. We all watched it. The first time they took the court together, I posted on my gram the picture. I thought it was a thing of history. It is a thing of history. What do you mean think? It is. It was a beautiful thing to see. I'm still extremely proud of it because I feel like that's the job of a father. If you remove the competitive aspect, which a lot of us are going to focus on, and rightfully so, if you remove that and you focus on what a parent's job is supposed to do, you aim to not start your child from the starting line, which is with all the competition is where 1 billion kids are. You try to start them in the middle of the race or as close to the end of the race as possible. That's our job. It's called handing down. We get mad at fathers for or mothers for their kids coming up with silver spoons. It's not about what you have or the access that you have or the opportunity you have. It's about what you do with it and how you carry yourself as a child, a young man, and then into manhood, right? If you don't walk around privilege, if you actually value a dollar, if you actually are a hard worker, so what? My father turned over a whole fucking company to me. That's called generational wealth, generational opportunity. It's a beautiful thing to do. Do not let these motherfuckers confuse you and have you thinking that if you don't get every single thing out the mud and your parents didn't help you, you did everything on your own, you're better than the person that was given opportunity from the person that bust their ass and created opportunity for their child in the generation before them. That's a beautiful thing to do. Give your child some property. Give your child some equity. Give your child some stocks. Hand over a house to them, a paid off crib. Bring them into the fucking NBA. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. No father should be ever saying, I don't want to bring my son into the NBA because of my fuck that. Do it. So from a talent standpoint, from a basketball standpoint, yes, it's ugly for Bronny right now. Here's the answer, people. When we say, you know what, before I get to the answer, my bad, I'm skipping something. Stephen A. Smith responded, right? I'm not going to play it. Stephen A. Smith had a great response. He had a great response. He said, he would have appreciated or would have preferred if that confrontation was in private. He said he could have got in touch with him. He could have called him. He said he would have flew out to meet up with LeBron face to face to have that conversation. He understands as a father himself of 2 daughters. He's not upset about it. And he had a very, very calculated and well stated response. I'm not the biggest Stephen A. Smith advocate in the world, but he had a great response, man. He really did. We're always going to call it down the middle. So the answer or the question, once again, was LeBron James wrong for what he did approaching Stephen A. Smith? So once again, we see comments. Stephen A. Smith ain't say nothing wrong. Stephen A. Smith didn't say anything wrong as it pertains to LeBron James, Bronny's game. He didn't say anything wrong as far as what we all know, the reason why he's there. Here's the thing. The first piece of it where LeBron James it's been pretty publicized that it's like, yo, keep it between me and you. What does that mean? Okay. So the first half of this means me and you always had a thing. Stephen A. Smith says it as well. He even said in his response, he said, we don't have the greatest relationship. It's high and by when you see each other. He's saying, you and I have issues. You and I aren't the best of friends. We're not the coolest. We get at it. We don't like each other as much. But don't fucking take that shit and transfer it to my son. Now, there are 1000% realities of that in this world. You want me to use battle rap? I watch bloggers all day, every day, use certain topics and certain words and certain messages in different tones or different deliveries based on if they fuck with you or they don't fuck with you. I might do that too. You never know. I try to call everything down spade, but I'm human. And you can pick up on it. I don't like this person. So yeah, I'm not gonna lie, but this is a nice opportunity to slice a little bit. Right? If that was MJ's son, because Stephen A. Smith is an MJ advocate, if that was MJ's son, would he have the videos where he starts like this, the one that we played? Would he be begging on camera, yo, MJ, please, I'm begging you, stop this when it comes to MJ Jr. And would he do it if it was MJ? We'll never know. But this really be how media, bloggers, podcasters, if I have an issue with you, it's going to be embedded in some of my coverage of you. That's just a fact. And LeBron got to that. Keep it between me and you. Okay, that's number one. That's number one. Number two, Stephen A. Smith, what he said about Bronny James in the past is accurate shit. Is accurate shit. Number three, the element that Stephen A. Smith himself respected from LeBron James approaching him like that is the father element. Be clear, people. Bronny James is how old is Bronny James? How old is he? He's a fucking grown man to me at this point, but still wet behind the ears, still a kid, to a lot of people, but he's a grown man. It sounds like a contradiction. How old is Bronny James? This is gonna make a point. He's 20 years old. All right, so he could drink, he could drive. He could drink and he could drive. Okay. Mothers and fathers in the chat. Does that little boy, that little girl that you created, you protected, that you raised, that you've watched over, that you've guided, that you molded, that you sacrificed for, does that little boy or little girl ever not become your child? 99% of people are going to say, fuck no. The father and the mother could be 80 years old. The son or the daughter could be 40 years old. And you're going to say, that's still my baby. Keyword baby. You never stop being a mother or father. Doesn't matter if you're 20 years old. Doesn't matter if you're an NBA player. Doesn't matter if you can go to a bar now and get a drink. Doesn't matter if you can drive. That's my little baby. And it's so funny because we joked about stuff like this. Never. Look at y'all in the chat. You see my angles is on point. I fuck with y'all. I'm glad we identify. We joked about this before they started playing together. The moment that we knew that Bronny was drafted and he was on the team, we joked about it like, what's LeBron gonna do if like another player flagrantly fouls Bronny? Why was we joking like that? Because we know that's your teammate, but what supersedes being the teammate? It's his fucking father. So we can't do it both ways, people. We joked about this before the game started because we know what it is to be a parent. We knew. And Stephen A. Smith knows that shit too. He said, I don't think I was approached by an NBA player. I think I was approached by a father. Don't think. It was a fact. He was approached by a father. You never stop being my little baby or my little child. That was his thing. So you complement that with the whole LeBron is like, you're extending the energy between me and you now to my son. So the answer of who's right, who's wrong, multiple things can be right at times, people. We need to open up our minds and open up our thinking. You can't always walk away from every single situation and say it has to be this person is wrong and that person is right. That's not the truth. Sometimes both people could be right. Sometimes both people could be wrong. Okay? Stephen A. Smith, in the aspect of the things he said about Bronny, period, he's right. Do I believe that he's added a little extra hot sauce to things, to the meal, because of him and LeBron's relationship? Of course. Of course. I do believe that. Doesn't still unjustify his position to be able to say things he says as an analyst and doing his job. Was LeBron James wrong? No. No, it wasn't. They're both right. Let's be real. They're both right. And I'll wait until the voting poll at the end of the stream to see how y'all feel about that. They're both right, man. Now, here's the last video that I said I was going to bring up about this topic. For some reason, this whole situation, based on the angles that I just presented, it made me think about this. That's always my little baby. I'm always going to protect them. They could be one of the greatest in the world of all time, but this person has potential. This person has an opportunity. Stephen A. Smith, don't fuck with that. Damn, if some of y'all are thinking right now, this is the classic example right here. It's so beautiful to align it and see what a parent does, even for a budding superstar or for budding talent. This is how it goes.
I know I can beat her.
You know you can be. Very confident.
I'm very confident.
And you say it so easily. Why?
Because I believe it.
Cut right here, if you don't mind. And let me tell you what she has said. She said it with so much confidence the first time. But if you keep going on and on.
Listen, we can't keep interrupting. I mean, if you want...
You got to understand that you're dealing with an image of a 14-year-old child. And this child gonna be out there playing when your old ass and me gonna be in the grave. When she says something, we done told you what's happening. You're dealing with a little black kid, and let her be a kid. She done answered it with a lot of confidence. Leave that alone.
I know I can beat her.
You know you can be.
Oh my God, I don't have my skin up here crawling, B. I swear to God, I love that video. I love it. I love it. It's so layered. I love that video. That reporter, he don't understand. He don't get it. Maybe he don't want to get it. Maybe he's not supposed to get it. But he don't get it. We get it. We get it. Stephen A. Smith, that adds another layer for the father. This 20-year-old that in one aspect you can say he could drink, he could drive. He's got girlfriends. He's in the NBA. He's got a job. On the other side, you say he's 20 years old. I don't know a lot of 20-year-olds that they got a long way to go as far as mental conditioning, maturing, mature. That's why me at my age, I ain't got no business on a fucking 20-year-old girl. The levels is just, we can't relate to each other at all, legal or not. Can't. You can't. That 20-year-old Bronny James is still being molded. What's one thing that we say, even from a sports analyst side? He needs to continue to build his confidence. Y'all with me? You got to continue to build your confidence. Venus, right there. She believed in what she was saying. She's not of the full maturation or confidence at this point in her life to fully understand why the confidence is there, but it's there. And it's been being built up and cultivated by the father and by the parents. So she doesn't even fully understand why she has the confidence yet. And just like that, the reporter is breaking into it. It's just years of what we built up. It's no different than LeBron James and his little son, probably in the backyard shooting hoops. No, listen. You took your eyes off the rim. Concentrate. Be confident. Oh, the reason why you didn't try to draw that foul just now on me because you were scared I was going to knock you over. You build up he's 20 years old still. Is there a lot of players that should be in his position talent-wise? Yes. But I understand what LeBron was doing. I understand, once again, me and you, don't do that. Don't try to bring it to my son. Number two, I'm a father. I'm protecting him regardless. I don't care if he's 50 years old. Number three, he's 20 years old and we still building his confidence. Don't make me do to you what Serena's father had to do. I'll take it a step further. Oh, hope they get it. I hope they get it. All right, let's move into the next topic, y'all. Diddy got a superseding indictment. Now, my initial thoughts. Almost anytime I see a Diddy update, I've said this before with y'all know where we stand, is like, what else is new? It just every day it's something new for Diddy. So we're kind of like desensitized and numb to it. Like, oh, it's got a new lawsuit. We're just like, and which one is this? Like, is it a man? Is it a woman? Was it this? Was like whatever? You know, but superseding indictments though are way more critical to me. This is once again, them come, and I got the paperwork we're going to bring up in a second. I've seen some things in the paperwork that we're going to take a look at that I've never seen before. So give me a second, we'll get there. But to see a superseding indictment, people, we're at March 8th. Currently, his trial is set for May. So, that it's heavy stuff because superseding indictments are official charges and accusations, right? And this is the stuff that you and your attorneys know that you're going to be actually walking into your trial and fighting. So to have another superseding indictment come, it's like, oh, what's this now? It's not like a civil suit on the side. You could deal with that. I shouldn't say hopefully, whatever. You could deal with that later on when you get out, if you get out, right? You could file bankruptcy. You could ignore that. You could win that. You could fight that, whatever. The criminal shit and these superseding indictments, that's what him and his team are prioritizing. You have to, because he's lost his freedom at this point and he can continue to lose it for the rest of his life. That's the focus, not his money. People are going to trade their money for their freedom when they're in these situations. So the superseding indictment, Diddy hit with new forced labor allegations in second superseding indictment. Diddy is facing fresh allegations in a second superseding indictment in the sex trafficking and racketeering case. Superseding indictment, unsealed Thursday, March 6th, does not include fresh charges, but claims the bad boy boss forced employees to work long hours with sleep under the threat of physical and reputational harm. Doesn't sound super crazy, just straightforward reading. And, there is also that side of it where it's just like, yo, dude, if you're working for a job and you're not allowed to sleep and you get threatened, quit, right? But to be more serious, I don't think that we see things like superseding indictments unless hard evidence comes to constitute it. Allegations are allegations. Rumors are rumors. They could put out a picture purposefully and tactically and say, oh yeah, we jumped in this crib and we found exactly the number of 1,000 bottles of baby oil. Then you have the court of public opinion and all the perception, and then he starts to look like a bad guy. Maybe tactically, they're also involved in putting out the Cassie footage. These are the pieces on the chessboard, right? But what's actually in the indictment ain't, oh, he got 1,000 bottles of baby oil, so we should charge him for that. No. Like, a lot of that stuff affects the jurors' thinking, yes. But when we see the indictment, you got to have evidence now. You might have witnesses to that. Superseding indictments are serious to him and his legal team. So that new accusation, it sounds like it's straightforward. Okay, like, why didn't you just quit then? But what if some people are coming out? Because remember, this is criminal allegations. Like, if somebody filed a civil suit on Diddy saying, yeah, I worked for him back in 2009 and I wasn't allowed to sleep, we would say, get this fucking case out of here, you money grabbing son of a. This is criminal indictment. Okay. So if we look at the paperwork real quick, there was some stuff in there that I saw once again that I've never seen before. So you see this once again filed March 6th. Let me go on the big screen for the paperwork. Okay, you see it clearly here. Superseding indictment filed March 6th, United States of America versus Sean Combs, aka Daddy, Diddy, PD, Love. I still think it's bugged out that even the Love is in there. They're like, you ain't escaping with none of your names or aliases, man. You want to walk around throwing up your L? We putting that in the fucking indictment too. That's crazy. But the piece of it that caught me off guard, where was it? And I was just like, I didn't know that. Where is it? It might have been in the actual counts. Hold on. It's only a 15-pager. So where are the counts? All right, the racketeering conspiracy is here. Special sentencing factor. Okay, count 2, sex trafficking, force, fraud, coercion. Victim 1. So victim 1 is still being called out. And you see things like here, attempted, aided, and abetted, and willfully caused victim 1 to engage in commercial sex acts, knowing and reckless, blah, 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 engage. So even above, they say that victim 1 at times was, dragged, hit, and kicked or whatever. I don't know when they're just going to transcribe victim 1 into Cassie, right? But where is it? I want you guys to see it with your own eyes. It's something that I didn't know. Transportation and prostitution, state farm commerce, multiple coercion, forfeit allegations. I'm going to begin to see it as I continue to say it, as I begin to look for it. But it's saying in the indictment that when victim 1 was punched, kicked, etc., in the hotel, which is Cassie, right? That video that we saw, that a hotel worker intervened. And when the hotel worker intervened, that led towards the $100,000, I guess, offer to, hey, mind your business, give me the whatever. Here it is right here. Okay. On one occasion at a Los Angeles hotel in or about March 2016, which was captured on video and later publicly reported, Combs kicked, dragged, and threw a vase at a woman. They're still saying a woman, Cassie, at a woman, fine, as she was attempting to leave. When a member of the hotel security staff intervened, Combs attempted to bribe the staff member to ensure silence. Subsequently, Combs, with the assistance of several close associates, paid hotel security staff $100,000 for the hotel surveillance footage of assaults. That is in the indictment. Maybe y'all are ahead of me on that. I never read that before. I never knew about that. If it's in the indictment, to me, they have the person. They have that person. They have the this hotel person. And I wouldn't be surprised if this is just a straight civilian that is out here with the whole like, oh yeah, I was the one that was there. Forget the footage. I intervened. Well, what happened after you intervened? Well, Puff said this happened. I grabbed her. I tried to help or whatever. They offered me $100,000. Boom, 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 boom. Okay, well, we got charges on your ass, man. That's a bribe, man. And this is a confidential information. It's against hotel policy and all that. Yada yada. This is a crime that's in commission. And you did what? You sold the footage. Oh, we got charges on you. Whoa. Charges on me. What are you talking about? Unless I'm just saying. Superseding indictment. Spooky for him. A couple months before his trial date is set. And I didn't know that detail. To me, they got that person identified then. And I wouldn't be surprised if that person takes the stand. It's going to be fireworks when this trial starts, man. It's going to be crazy. Check this out real quick, people. I just thought from an entertainment standpoint, it'd be cool to share this and bring this up with y'all. This young man by the name of Josh Johnson, I now follow him on Instagram and on his YouTube channel, Josh Johnson. He is my new favorite up-and-coming comedian. He's easy to spot out in pictures and thumbnails. What I've seen so far, I guess it's his MO or his like image. He always wears that gray hoodie. But his style of comedy is impeccable. His setups are impeccable. His intelligence level is impeccable, right? I see some of y'all are familiar. So let me play a clip of y'all related to Diddy since we're on this topic real quick.
Diddy's lawyer trying to quit. His lawyer's name, I might be mispronouncing it, but I'm pretty sure it's Anthony Rico, which is one of the most insane last names to have while not wanting to represent Diddy at all. That would be like your lawyer's name being Danny Murder, and he's like, I can't be next to you, though. That's wild that I can't be over here. And so, he filed a motion so that he could quit. And in the motion, he says, under no circumstances can I continue. Woof. Under no circumstances can I continue. This man's paying you millions of dollars. Under no circumstances can I continue. And then they, you ask, hey, why can't you continue? And he said, hey, look, I'm not going to give you any reasons. Okay. People are asking him, I'm not going to give you any reasons. Okay. Because that would violate attorney-client privilege, which I'm not a lawyer. I don't know the law. I don't know many laws at all. But that sounds very guilty to me. That sounds wildly guilty. I'm not a lawyer. I don't know the law. That sounds very guilty. It feels like when you're saying, hey, why are you quitting? Because I have to. Why? I can't tell you it would violate attorney-client privilege. Just that sounds like he did it then. That sounds like he did everything then. And the thing that's special about this particular lawyer, Anthony Rico, saying under no circumstances can I continue, is that this guy was Osama bin Laden's lawyer. And it's like that. Sir, what did he do? What did he do to make you, who defended Osama bin Laden, who defended Osama bin Laden in 2001, peak Osama? If there was ever a time where the heat was on Osama bin Laden, it was 2001. And you were right there, like my client. But Diddy, you were Diddy's lawyer. And you were like, you know what? Terrorism is one thing. Diddy's lawyer trying to quit.
So what's crazy is, he does a good job putting together information like that. And I had to pull it up. Like who from the United States was defending anybody related to Osama bin Laden? But it's true. Like, look at this shit. Like, who was Diddy's lawyer inside the career of Anthony Rico, the man who represented Osama bin Laden? Sean Diddy Combs' lawyer quit sex trafficking case just weeks before the trial, saying, I cannot continue, but why? Yada, 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 yada. Anthony Rico filed a surprising motion to withdraw as one of Diddy's lawyers, yada, 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 yada. Combs 55, yada, yada, yada. But who is Anthony Rico? And what is the reason he has controversially quit? Look at this. Born and raised in Harlem, New York. That's Anthony Rico. He graduated from here, yada, yada, yada. Since passing the bar, the lawyer has represented those from marginalized communities. He has a particular interest in death penalty cases, and Mr. Rico lectures on the subject and promotes the need to advocate for people to be allowed to live. Okay. In 2004, the New York County Lawyers Association Criminal Defense Division awarded Mr. Rico with outstanding contributions. Okay. What cases has Anthony Rico worked on? Okay. Here's a death penalty case. Okay. Andre Cooper case. Okay. Including murder conspiracy. Okay. Okay. The lawyer has defended this person who was accused of drug and murder charges successfully. Okay. He served as a counsel on the World Trade Center bombing conspiracy cases regarding Omar, Abdel Rahman, and Osama bin Laden. In 2001, he defended bin Laden, saying the terrorist shouldn't be prosecuted as he was unable to defend himself properly as he was not in the U.S. at the time. What? Once again, question is, who from the United States takes a job, takes a hiring, takes a position defending anything remotely close to Osama bin Laden? That's the first question. Not every dollar is a good dollar. And two, the second question is, Diddy, did you know this? And is this somebody that you wanted the public to be able to correlate by the time he was known to start representing you? Oh, by the way, my lawyer also defended Osama bin Laden. Diddy, did you scout that out? That's number two. And number 3, that comedian, once again, he kills that angle. I didn't know this shit to begin with, but he kills that angle saying, you dropped out from Diddy, but you continue to defend fucking Osama bin Laden? Like, Jesus Christ. So if we gotta like align terrorism, air quotes, like, are you trying to tell me Diddy shit for you is worse than Osama? Crazy, scary, spooky, unfortunately hilarious. What the fuck? All right, we done with the Diddy topic, B. We done with the Diddy topic. This shit is fucking insane. You can't make some of this stuff up, B. All right, let's continue with some other news updates. So we got Lil Ronnie in the thumbnail as well, right? So what was it yesterday? We spoke about the first suspect was in custody, and I believe along with the alleged female getaway driver, and they now have the second person. Was he just hunted down from detective work? Did the first suspect or the girl that allegedly posed as a getaway driver, did they key him off? Who knows? But I think they said that he was caught. Yeah, look at this. Second man arrested in Fort Worth today. So he stayed close. He stayed nice and close. He wasn't in Bali. He wasn't on a different coast. He didn't head to a different, like, he stayed nice and close. Allegedly, if he is guilty, and if they have this picture, this mugshot, damn near looks like Boss Top a little bit, right? Y'all know Boss Top from O Block? Like Boss Top a little bit. But let's go now to the theme that I mentioned, and I skipped it for Diddy's topic. Let's go to the theme of the thumbnail. Let's be real as it relates to the second person being arrested. So, chat, especially if we got any street niggas in the chat, especially, right? Why don't you just go ahead and flat out answer to yourself, and we'll put it on a voting poll later. Are you indifferent? Are you feeling, okay, cool, he's arrested, good, that's a good thing? Or do you feel like, damn, I wish he wasn't arrested? And I bring that let's be real thing about, because you got all these street niggas, and sometimes people that's not even street niggas, that never even did shit in the street, they do, you never wish jail on nobody. But what? Once again, the people that dabble when it comes to morals, principles, codes in the gray, watch them. Be careful. Me? I'm not saying that I'm ringing bells and I'm running around dancing and celebrating, but I damn sure don't feel bad. I'm not the guy that's gonna be out here talking about like, oh man, damn, don't wish you. Like, these allegations are involving a 5-year-old innocent child, and for all we know, Lil Ronnie could have been innocent as well. Maybe he didn't deserve that either. We don't know. When the motive and more information comes out, we'll hear more about that, hopefully. But we can be assured the 5-year-old girl wasn't into nothing, right? So then you ask yourself, y'all still on y'all, oh, damn, you don't wish jail. Y'all sad? Y'all feel bad? Y'all want him released? Y'all want him home? How y'all feel? All right, we'll get to it in the voting poll. You know, I'll wait. I'll tell you this. I'll tell you somebody who damn sure is showing that they don't give a shit, and they are right next to the scenario. How about Lil Ronnie's BM? Huh? How about that?
Hoping to tell. This the bitch. They're hoping to tell. Hold on, go back to this bitch. Hold on, y'all lock this fucking phone. Is this mine? Yeah. Okay, this is mine. Shimon here. Come on. Hey y'all. I look a mess, but hey y'all. Come on. Hey y'all. Hey y'all. Rock that bitch, Jake. Rock that bitch, Chuck. Jake and Chuck. I love all y'all on this live. I swear to God, I do from the bottom of my heart. I love all y'all. Because one thing about it, y'all didn't play about my motherfucking baby.
Everybody who shared that shit, we love y'all from the bottom of our heart.
For real.
Because if it wasn't for y'all, they bitch asses wouldn't have got caught.
Oh, God. Baby, y'all was sending addresses, phone numbers, emails, Instagram.
If it wasn't for y'all, they bitch asses would have never got caught. These young women are on camera passing around shots, playing music in the background, and celebrating. And people, I will be the first one to say, if anybody's scared to say it here on camera for y'all, there's nothing wrong with that. If this is the mother of that 5-year-old child and her friends got together to cut some music on and have a couple shots, and in their way of mourning and celebrating that somebody that took her daughter has been apprehended and they are celebrating, go ahead, street niggas. Go ahead and jump in the chat in the comments and tell me like, oh no, fuck these girls for celebrating. You're not supposed to wish jail on nobody. Let's be real. Let's show me who you are and show me where you stand. Show me how you feel. Show me what your codes are. Let's be real. I want to know. We'll get to it in the voting poll though. We'll see. We'll see. But you didn't have to. You thought I was just gonna leave it on me? No. I brought up the baby mother. Okay, so let's continue on, people. That was an update worthy of us discussing because we've thus far already in at least 2 streams covered this whole Lil Ronnie situation. Still remains very, very unfortunate, but I will also keep an eye out for updates. I want to see if they're found guilty. I want to see if they're found innocent. I definitely want to see what the motives are if that comes out. What made you guys perform this brazen murder? If allegedly, if you guys are the actual killers, right? If you guys are proven to be the killers, what drew you towards doing this in broad daylight? Did you know that the little girl was in the car? Did you not know? What was it about your relationship or the situation with this guy, Lil Ronnie, that made you do this? Life is precious, people. We get into it with each other. We have disagreements. Some of us can't stand each other. Some of us hate each other, right? But it ain't worth taking life and it ain't worth losing life. Hopefully. Okay. You see Kendrick in the thumbnail. I don't want to hear none of this. Oh my goodness, damn. More Kendrick Super Bowl? Yes, more Kendrick Super Bowl because it's that serious. We spoke about it yesterday, right? We was just like, yo, the shit. I didn't even foresee the legs that it was going to continue to have post Super Bowl halftime show. The dance being viral, the show being interpreted, it moving to the #1 viewed halftime show of all time. Big news is big news. If SNL and if the Oscars could continue to discuss it as recent as last week, what the fuck you think the podcasters are going to do? Okay, so kick rocks or exit stage left anybody that has a problem with Drake and Kendrick topics. It's the biggest shit in hip hop history, and we will continue to cover it. Okay, kick rocks or exit left or come back for a different topic if it's not for you anymore. Okay. But for me, this was interesting, and for some of y'all it might be interesting as well, because we're not stupid. We know that all the layers and the performance that was crafted into the halftime show, it's not something that happens overnight. It's something that you need to sit down and craft and put a lot of man hours towards and rehearse and script out. It's a big deal. And to see news come out about how it was put together, that's why it interests me. And that's another reason why I said later on, people pay attention. He spent all this to craft out a 14-minute set for the Super Bowl halftime show. What do you think him and SZA is going to do on these hour-plus long sets when his tour starts in April? In a couple weeks? What are they going to show us? What are they going to lean on? What are they going to expose? What are they going to debut? Like, get a ticket to the concert, not because, the Drake and Kendrick war, just for the simple fact of the artistry of what one of the kings of hip hop is giving to hip hop right now. He's giving you creativity and artistry at a maximum level. It is going to be worth the ticket price to watch that show. I don't give a fuck if you're in the front row or the nosebleeds. The motherfuckers right now are putting that show together, crafting it, rehearsing it, and that's going to be just as crazy as the Super Bowl, if you ask me. It may not have the same eyes per show, but okay. All right. All right. The making of Kendrick Lamar's Super Bowl halftime show, how the rapper pulled off one of the riskiest performances in recent history, delivering a diss track to Drake and an audience of millions. Oh, Drake is going to put that type of shit right in his defamation suit. What did he play it? The question hovered over the Super Bowl even after Kendrick Lamar had kicked off the halftime show. The rapper knew exactly what his audience wanted to hear, teasing snippets from Not Like Us, his most famous diss track from nearly a year ago, Public Beef, with fellow rapper, change that word, fellow rapper Drake. Audience anticipation crescendo towards a climatic, thundering performance of the Grammy-winning song featuring a dancing Serena Williams. We wanted this performance to have a cinematic and theatrical element to it, said Dave Free. Lamar's that's Dave Free is the father of Kendrick's kid, by the way, in case you don't know that name. Don't be an asshole, Adam. Don't be an asshole. Okay, Lamar's creative collaborator and co-founder of creative agency PJ Lang, in an interview ahead of the show, we can confidently say that there's no Super Bowl performance that's quite like this one. A Pulitzer Prize winner, Lamar is the first rapper to headline Super Bowl halftime show on his own, and his creative team wanted to make a statement with a historic performance. Free said, show was meant to evoke the Black experience in America. Now, there's more behind the scenes that they're going to show us and give us in this article. But real quick, people, I did a stream. It said thumbnail says the hate is real. I spoke about Aiden Ross. I spoke about that piece of shit actor that was in the Goonies that came out with them racist statements post the halftime show. And we dug into the weeds of it. And what annoyed me was an Aiden Ross or anybody saying, this show was just about Drake, or this show is just this or that. You know, and if you are a simplistic or a shallow thinker, or if your mind just can't interpret all the things that the internet has already shown you, or what Kendrick clearly tried to show us, then that's fine. You just, your IQ level or your brain capacity just ain't there. So, you know, I could show you a puzzle and you will never complete it. Like, you could be that person, no problem. Or you could be the person that has the information, knows, and still says all it was about was this. At that point, I start to get offended. Why? Because of shit like this, of what we just read. And I said this prior to reading this article. I said this on streams weeks ago. Free said that the show was meant to evoke the Black experience in America. The narration of Sam, the placement, the things that were depicted. It's a bigger message that he sacrificed within his show. And this is why I say, with no exaggeration, I think the halftime show of what he performed, what he did, the interpretations, the breakdowns, the parallels, I think it belongs in classrooms at some point. It's a Black historic moment. It's a hip hop historic moment. And it's a people society historic moment. It's an America historic moment to me as well, too. That's why the Super Bowl chose to put that shit there and endorse and finance his shit that he put together. Okay? Okay, it's something for the ages. And I'm telling you, for me personally, I don't mean that shit didn't mean nothing. I'm offended. And how could you be not just a Black man, but also supportive of the Black man's plight in America and cast off what was depicted in the Super Bowl? Then I feel like you have an issue with the Black man's plight in America. That's just my opinion. That's how I feel. But anyway, Samuel L. Jackson, the legendary actor, introduced the show dressed as Uncle Sam, and the dancers dressed in red, white, and blue formed an American flag in the middle of the field. I look at this little picture. See Kendrick here. I think that's Dave Free there, I think. We wanted this performance to have a cinema. Yeah, we read that part. So this is them, you know, working on it, putting in those hours. Lamar's path to the Super Bowl stage began with a call from Jay-Z, Free said. As the NFL's live music entertainment strategist, Jay-Z plays perhaps the biggest role in deciding who performs at the halftime show. So at least that's put to bed. So if anybody that's still upset about Lil Wayne not performing, yeah, you can't blame this committee. You can't blame the NFL. Free is going on record saying like, yeah, it's really Jay-Z. Okay, so there you guys have it. In 2022, Lamar was part of a halftime medley with Dr. Dre, Snoop, Mary J. Blige, and Eminem performing hits like All Right. Free said he wasn't sure Lamar would be asked to perform at the game again so soon, but it felt like the right time for us. At least 1,000 people spent hundreds of hours working on the show, Free said, from crew members and production designers to people like choreographer Sharma Ladana, who oversaw 110 dancers, and head of wardrobe Carissa Sanchez. For inspiration, Free and Lamar watched every single Super Bowl halftime performance, drawing particular cues from Beyonce, Prince, and Michael Jackson's headline shows. Boy, go to that concert. Go to his upcoming show with SZA, y'all. These people don't play. They take their craft on 10. Their videos, their music, their work, their shows. Go to that concert coming up. Okay. The feel of it is Black America, Free said of Lamar's show. What does Black America look like? And how to control the narrative of what it means to be Black in America versus what the world's perspective of that is. That message threaded through details like wardrobe and choreography. Sanchez and Lamar wanted nods to Los Angeles and street culture and less uniformity for background players. Interesting. Everything has to be choreographed, even the unseen moments with camera. Choreographer LaDonna said the performance is televised, but it is also for the people in the audience. So every moment matters. It has to be right. And obviously, this is them practicing and rehearsing the creation of the flag. That last part that we read makes so much sense because I saw a clip from inside the building of Kendrick Lamar stooping down and crawling under the camera so that he could pop up for the peekaboo. Like, you know what I'm saying? On camera, when we watch it and on TV, you know, it looks like, oh, the boogeyman, that's funny as shit. It's a meme. But you see him crawling and stooping down. That's choreographed. That's rehearsed. That's the constitute how I'm moving around within this X performing, you know, with the understanding that there's people in the building watching me, but also we have to create it for TV. So this is masterful stuff that they're bringing from their videos, and they brought it to the halftime show. The Super Bowl halftime show is no ordinary live show. Production designers had to consider factors such as protecting the stadium's grass from sets and making sure that the air quality wouldn't be adversely affected by special effects. Interesting. Wow, you gotta create your fucking show based on shit like that. So you do techniques or whatever in there, letting off fireworks and whatnot. And if you affect the air, Patrick Mahomes comes out and says, "Oh, the reason why I got my ass kicked like that is because the smoke from the fireworks in the second half messed up the way I was." Yo, what I just said, Chief fans would absolutely run with. Like, they would absolutely run with that shit. But it's interesting to hear behind the scenes little details like that. That's crazy. Our stages and scenic elements are all pushed into the stadium and onto the field by almost 500 stagehands, said Bruce Rogers, a production designer. Lamar's performance marks Rogers' 19th Super Bowl halftime show, his first being 2007 Prince headlined. So not only can we believe it from the end product, but I saw it with my own eyes. Let me see if I can find it real quick. I recorded a video of the exit from the performance. Oh, here it is. Yeah, right here. It's on my gram. Can y'all see this? Look at all those people exiting after the show is over. Look at these people. You hear me in the background saying, you think you got enough people with them? Look at all these people exiting the field. That was a part of the show, not necessarily in the camera view or dancing or anything, but putting the pieces together, moving things around, holding up the lights. Look at all these people exiting. Look at this shit. Look at this shit. Look at this. It's like an army. It's like a parade. It's like never ending. Still going. That's what my man, you hear him in the background saying, that was Serena, Crip walking on stage. And then he hear me say, "Oh, that's another shot." Then Serena was there. You hear me? We're figuring it out in the building. And then here go my man say, "Oh, there she go right there. There go Serena right there. Oh, we just talk about you." But look at that fucking parade. It's still going. It's still fucking going. So, getting an opportunity to see behind the curtain, of what it takes to put something like this together, I think it's good for artists to do stuff like this. I'm not going to continue in the weeds too much more. I think it's dope for the artists to do stuff like this, though, because it helps people appreciate the work that goes in. I do. That's just how I am. I'm the guy from when I was young, when I was a kid. I would open up the album and I would open up the little insert book and I want to see the production credits and the writers and I want to see that stuff. And I still care about it. I want to know, Dave Free, what did you do? Who picked the award? I like that stuff. You know what I'm saying? I really, really do. But, incredible stuff. You know what I mean? And I saw this article, and shout out to my man E. He dropped it in our group chat, and I felt like it was worthy of bringing to the stream. So, all right, two more topics. I do want to share this real quick, just because I felt like he's worth getting some love from the hip hop community and from even the R&B community, the music community. Tory Lanez. Tory Lanez's new album just came out. The album's name is Peterson. I believe that's his last name, his government. I listened to the whole thing yesterday. It is a good piece of work. And when you account for the fact that he did all of this over a jail phone, at least from his side, the artistry side of it, it's absolutely incredible. The quality of it still sounds like almost normal studio quality, right? You really can't tell like this is over a phone, to be honest. It's got some bangers on there. There's some tracks on there that I had to, hold on. What was it? Bring that back. There's some of those on this album. As a rapper, I've said in the past, I said Tory Lanez is better than some of y'all favorite rappers, some of them. As a rapper, he's incredible. As a singer, he's dope. As an overall talent, he's through the roof. Tory Lanez really is a special talent. He really, really, really is. Like when I play albums like or tapes like Toronto 3, it's just an incredible body of work. When I play the Chicks Tape series, like I play Chicks Tapes like even romantically. Like I ain't gonna lie, man. I was gonna stop myself from saying it on camera, but like Chicks Tapes is so dope, and it's a rendition sometimes of a lot of old songs that he remakes, and he does it so cleverly, right? I see Island Rebel in the chat says New Toronto. He's an extremely talented guy, man. And on this album, what was the pieces that I thought would be cool to read out? This here. Now, while Tory has given us singles and features like Handling Business alongside DDG from prison, this has to be the first album in the history of music, not just hip hop, recorded while someone is incarcerated. Imagine the music we would have received from artists like Tupac if this technology existed back in the 90s. Our first day out release is even going to be a thing anymore? No, because you get this type of stuff while they're there, right? That's crazy. The album opens up with an intro where he hears the media coverage of Lane's arrest, including him receiving Donkey of the Day from the Breakfast Club before he reaffirms his faith to God, something we hear throughout the album, while he gives us lyrical songs like Sneeze Wrong with 4-syllable rhyme schemes as he narrates his experience in county jail, R&B songs like White Lightning, Sailor Moon, and Nine Side or whatever that is, and melodic hip-hop songs like Free Me, which has become synonymous with the current Toronto street hip-hop sound. The album has soulful and inspirational sound to it, whether through its use of vocals, samples, and other production elements. There's a Guide Me Through It, where Tory asks God for help, the top of gospel elements, including a choir and an inspirational message from his preacher father. There's Slipping, Time's Failing. Interesting. Overall, yeah. So this is the cover. If you see anything like track lists like this out on YouTube, Spotify, whatever, this is what the cover looks like. Peterson, once again. If it catches your eye, click play. It's a good body of work, people. overall, the album is really Tory chronicling his regular life in jail. I definitely heard that a lot. He's talking about like stabbings, and he has a lyric in there I remember. It's like somebody that he knows got stabbed and he was dying, and he said he looked up at him like, what am I gonna do? And he looked down at him like it's over. I was like, oh, like it's chilly. It's chilling the way like he wrote it. You know what I'm saying? But chronicling his regular life in jail, from his people falling back, whether industry and personal friends, his girlfriends having sex with him, or his girlfriend having sex with his friend while he's behind bars. Sounds like Drake and Lil Wayne, huh? My bad. Fighting with other inmates, longing for phone sex. I've been in the yard waiting all day, maintaining his innocence, having sex with a correctional officer, telling her to take her uniform off, leaning on God, trying to better himself, and his inability to access his money early on because he's Canadian. I think that's the situation where we've been seeing articles going around that Chris Brown was somebody that stepped up. I think supposedly sent him like $250,000, like no strings attached. Like, hey man, here you go, $250,000, man. You know, I'll see you when you get home. That's dope. That's super dope. Tory is in the middle of a fight of the fight of his life, and he's given us a front row seat with prison related songs titles like Verdict Day, Lawyer Fees, Phone Sex, Free Me, and Free Tory. Yeah, he also recalls the day of his sentencing, including his father speaking to a crowd outside of the court, Rock Nation coming for him, and how he should have countersued on Back Outside. He also paints a picture of what will happen when he's out of jail. Hopefully that's an interesting read for y'all, because I'm telling y'all, it's a good album to check out. It really, really is. And when I listen to lyrics and I'm listening to him, all those little pieces he definitely expounds on, man. The album gives you a feeling like he's doing well, like he's settled in to serving his time, and it also gives the vibe that, you know, he's not having problems inside jail despite his celebrity or him being 4'2" or whatever. You know, he gives that vibe off as well, which is good for him. There is a little bit of like a sympathy card that will get played on you when you listen to it. I ain't gonna lie. You know, it makes you look at things sideways once again. Like, oh, like, did that really happen? Or, you know, he plays like voice calls, voicemails of his lawyer dropping them at the end. It's just like, oh man, did he get done dirty? Is this true? Did he get what he had coming? Like, we ain't gonna go there. We already did that last year, whatever, you know what I'm saying? But good CD. LC says, I can't listen to Tory. Sorry, he comes off as a narcissist. I ain't mad at you. Whereas Scarfy Hat says listening right now. Chess says it is, so it's checking it out too. Island's calling out Victim of Love. Yeah, y'all check it out. I'll check it out. Last but not least, I just thought that this was bugged out. Ladies, I got some questions for y'all. Fellas, I got a question or two for y'all for this one too, but I mentioned the name R. Kelly in the beginning of the stream, right? This got a little controversial. I want to see how y'all feel about it. Let's play it.
Hello, I was called and told to sing happy birthday to somebody. What's up?
How are you?
I'm great. You ready?
Oh, you're gonna sing to us? Okay.
We are ready.
We're ready.
Standing here looking in the mirror, saying damn to myself. I should have known the day would come. She would find somebody else. And all the things I took her through, shit, I shouldn't have lasted this long. Now I'm at this telephone booth, literally calling Tyrone when a woman said,
Hey,
matter how you big, no, it ain't nothing you can do about
nothing
it.
you can do.
Da, 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 da.
Yay!
Singing is a beautiful disease. That's uncurable. That's not.
He sings happy birthday to one of them too. I see Cap says shaking my head, nasty work, but then he also says he was the king. Like, you be seeing the videos from Boosie where he's like, I don't give a fuck, can't nobody see R. Kelly in verses. He ain't lying. Boosie is not lying. So the controversy kicks up from that is because what he's there for, right? And then it gets compounded by the fact that it's women allowing him to call in and serenade them, despite what he's there for. Back to the thumbnail. Let's be real. Are you still able to enjoy R. Kelly's music despite what he's there for? Save it. I'm going to put it on a voting poll. We don't need to overkill this particular topic. You know what I'm saying? We had a lot of coverage in today's stream, but let's get this voting poll coming up, and I'm going to add that because I need the answer. I want to see y'all be real. Doesn't mean that I know your answer, but all right. Let me get over to the let me create a voting poll real quick. All right. So based on the topics that we went over, I'm gonna put what's the question? Be real. Not a question, it's a statement, right? And then answer number 1 is going to say LeBron was 100% in the right. Now I put 100% for a reason. Okay. Number 2, Diddy's new indictment is beatable. That's a good one to add. We see still oh shit, I fucked up. Hold on. And pull my bad. I fucked up. My bad. Hold on. I started again. My bad, y'all. Cause I hit start. Be real. And we got LeBron was 100% right. Then we got the second one, Diddy's new indictment is beatable, which really is kind of like the overall indictment, right? And I say that because we continue to see victim one, Cassie, alleged videos that they already have, which looks consensual, and a big portion of this targeting what some people believe is just, hey, it's personal sexual preferences. But Diddy's new indictment is beatable. Now, this one as well. You are glad to see Lil Ronnie's, well, no, I'm going to say good that Lil Ronnie's shooters down. Will that fit? Yep. Down, meaning arrested, y'all. Okay. I want to see if y'all going to do it. No, can't never wish jail. Can't never wish jail. Next up. It's okay to vibe to R. Kelly's music. Do I need to add a Kendrick? I'll leave Kendrick out of it. I like that for. I'm gonna leave it just like that. Because if I wanted to add a Kendrick one, I would say Kendrick Super Bowl performance is just about Drake. And if I catch anybody voting that, I'll probably just block you from the channel. So I don't want to put it up. No, I'm just joking. I was just joking. Yeah, get over to the voting poll, people. Let me see what y'all say. Because like I said, the theme and the thumbnail are like, let's be real. I want to challenge us to break out of cliches. That's what this is about. This type of shit is for people that, you know, I know that we go through the topics and that's like the news, but now I'm into the portion where we just hang around to the end to build on some of this stuff. I want to break us out of cliche thoughts. The cliche thoughts like, keep your enemies close. No, don't keep your enemies close. Like, you know, whether you do something or they do something, you know, graves in jail is a high percentage of what happens in a lot of this shit, or people getting hurt. No, it was a cliche to me. What else? Never wish jail. That's a cliche. It's a cliche, right? If I'm a civilian, especially, and you know, I hear that one of my loved ones was murdered, and then if next week I cut on the news and one of the murderers was apprehended, am I supposed to take the position like, no, 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 I wish he was free, right? These are cliches. How about this? This cliche. Fuck the police. Shout out to NWA, right? Does that start to now put the thought in people's minds that when you're young, all police are bad, which then makes you grow up with a certain chip on your shoulder, and then you conduct yourself in a certain way that when you get pulled over, it could have been a simple fucking changing lanes without signaling ticket, but instead you created an energy and an altercation that got you face down on the pavement. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're walking around with some of these cliches and energies, and we need to open up our thinking a little bit more, not just to make sure that we don't lock ourselves into these destructive patterns, but also so that we enhance our ability to survive. Okay. So now that I broke down some of that backdrop, let me take a look at the current voting poll. LeBron was 100% right, is at 23%. Diddy's new indictment is beatable, 4%. Okay, so everybody right now that's voting thinks Diddy is going to jail or going to prison. They think that he's getting convicted guilty so far. Okay. Good that Lil Ronnie shooter is down, 54. I rest my case. I should really cut the fucking stream off right there. 21% is it's okay to vibe to R. Kelly's music. Oh, hold on. Let me hang out for a second. Look, R. Kelly is in second place. I gotta follow my own shit. Thumbnails, let's be real. I'll give you my own answer. Okay. The Chocolate Factory is my favorite R&B album of all time. Of all time. I am an R&B guy. We talk about mostly hip hop, but I am such an R&B guy. The Chocolate Factory, to me, I feel about the Chocolate Factory the way I feel about The Wire. See The Wire up here? I got a little Stringer Bell. I would have every fucking The Wire character if they sold them, but I found the Stringer Bell and I grabbed that. You can't tell me nothing about The Wire. My ears shut down. You talk about a bias. It's not. I need something higher than a bias if you want to talk to me about The Wire. I don't want to have any negative conversations about The Wire. I can't. It bounces off my. I can't. And the same thing when it comes to Chocolate Factory. You can't tell me nothing about you. And of course, the double CDR and TP2.com and Loveland and all. Like, he's got the morality side of it is just like, damn, you down for some disgusting shit that no man is ever supposed to support. But his music catalog is so impactful, it fucks us up. It fucks us up, man. Right? Shout out to my nigga Loco in the building. He said, definitely click the R. Kelly tab, LOL. It fucks us up, man. So look at the voting poll. Y'all got R. Kelly as number 2 in the voting poll. You see? At least y'all are sticking to the thumbnail. Let's be real. But y'all got good that Lil Ronnie shooters are down at 46. Clearly in the lead of let's be real. So you guys are proving what I was attacking in the thumbnail and the theme that I was attacking, that we follow cliches so much, but you guys saw this little 5-year-old girl involved, not to diminish Lil Ronnie as well, because he could have been innocent. I don't know the motives around him being targeted, but we know for sure that 5-year-old girl was definitely innocent. And y'all are not saying, oh, I don't wish jail on nobody. 46% clear first place vote for y'all is y'all are glad, and it's good that the shooters are both apprehended. Okay, so I'm breaking cliches and sometimes ignorant mentalities right here live with y'all, and we're documenting it on the channel. And I respect y'all for being honest with yourselves. I really do. So, okay. Said that. T-Top's got an event today, right? And I think tomorrow is the one that a lot of people are paying more attention to. I'm going to try to do a stream tomorrow night after the event, because if that battle goes down, I want to talk about it, see what happens. But I'll probably still be back tomorrow morning as well. So, we're working as always, y'all. Enjoy y'all Saturday. We'll be back ASAP.
Don't confuse silence with work ethic. I'm a boss, making decisions my first fetish. The verse cherish is perfect, that's a reverse blemish. I dropped it, connected the block, learn Tetris.
This is the Sorry True Podcast. Welcome to the house of. And shout out to the members.